The first basic valid pattern that we're going to make note of is what I'm calling the direct inference with all. And that was the logical pattern or the form of argument of the first argument that we considered, the valid example. All philosophers are sexy. Socrates is a philosopher, therefore Socrates is sexy. And notice that the pattern of the argument is that starts first premise, all philosophers sexy, all things in category A are in category B. Then the second premise is Socrates is a philosopher. That is, the second premise is this thing, the Socrates, is in category A, the category of philosophers. Therefore, 3, Socrates is sexy, that this thing is in category B. And we're going to know that any inference that works like this, it's a direct inference with all, and these direct inferences are good inferences. Now, another way of looking at that is, or looking at the pattern of inference. In fact, I popped it up. Let me go back. That is, we started all things are in category A or in things in category A. This thing, is in category A. Therefore, this thing is category B. An easier way to remember it, and don't get, sometimes when I put things like this up, people who are not good in math all of a sudden see math and they turn their brains off. Don't. They're just placeholders that all A's are B's. All things in category A are in category B. All things that are in the category of philosophers are in category of being sexy things. X is an A. Socrates is in the category of philosophers. Therefore, Socrates is sexy. So we know that this is a valid form of inference. So from the fact that this is a valid form of inference, do we know that any conclusion of an argument like that is true? That's actually a trick question, because remember, we're only talking about validity. A good argument, a sound argument, has two characteristics. Not only is the inference valid, but all the premises are true. So just from the fact that something follows this pattern of inference doesn't mean that that argument's conclusion is true. Okay, but now we've seen what a direct inference looks like with the logical word all.